Oh my god. Oh. Oh, hello there, Auntie. How are you doing tonight? Oh man. I just almost forgot to mute the OBS mic again. Man. I think we're waiting on Allie for a minute here. Is she? It's like I see her stuff. Oh. Did her oh, I think her stuff might have crashed. I think yeah, I think her yeah, we'll just wait a minute, guys. I see but hear nothing in the chat. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I looking at here? Oh. That's why. That's why. That's why. For some reason, it was set to something else on my mic. I don't know what happened, but it happened. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, because I thought I had all my stuff figured out. Oh my god. This is a great way to start our first episode, by the way. What's the video? Default. Oh. That's why. Oh. it's still trying. Oh, yeah, okay. Hello. Okay. Okay, I don't know what happened. You're not hearing me in the Discord chat. How about now? You're not in the Discord chat right now. We are experiencing some technical difficulties. Please stand by. Oh boy. Yeah, dude. This is a great way to start our episode. Oh no! Voice and video, yeah. Yeah, my input, okay. My soundboard, my video, okay. Alright. Oh no. Oh. Okay, yeah, no worries, no worries. We're good. We got this. We've got this. We're still waiting on Overwatch, Allie. So she's getting her stuff done. We're getting it figured out. Oh yeah. Too much showtime. Yep, definitely. Yeah, I'm just gonna dance real quick, you know. Yep, dance the time away. Oh man, yeah. So, anyway, while we're waiting for Overwatch, or Ellie, we are. So, cool thing is, my third gifted cookbook is going to be on its way next week, which is really cool. It's the what is it? It's the Critical Role cookbook. I think it's like Recipes of Exandria or something like that. Let me double check it. Actually, no wait. You know what? I got my browser up. I'm gonna pull it up. It's on my Throne page, so it is. No. Oh, Exquisite Exandria. That's what it's called. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
I had to change my mic settings. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I had to
restart. I had to restart my entire system.
Oh no! Oh no! But yeah, anyway. Yeah, Exquisite Exandria is the cookbook that's going to be coming up sometime next week. And also, my new mic stand is also coming up next week on the 12th. So, it's coming up on my birthday week next week. I'm just like...
All of my stuff's... All of mine's tomorrow.
Aw. Oh, okay. Start heading back in. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what the chat. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, now that we. Blah. Let's see here.
And the technical difficulties are out of the
Dude,
way.
yeah, I know, dude. I did not expect me to have any mic issues. I don't know what happened with my OBS, but or Discord, by the way. So anyway, guys, yes, welcome to our first live episode of Roll for Chaos. What this is, it's a nerd discussion show, and it's pretty much just we just cover about everything, like books, comics, movies, nostalgia stuff that we grew up, way back when, like back in the '90s. Yes, we're that old. No.
Yes. Oh God.
We are that old. Oh my God. So anyway,
When did we get old?
when we hit 40.
Oh damn.
I'm gonna be 41 next week.
I'm gonna be 42 in
Yeah.
less than
Hey,
3 months.
Hey, you know what?
So.
42? That is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. You see, we're starting this episode off on a good start, right? We're talking about nerd shit. Dude, I mean, if you look at it this way, your second 21st birthday.
You have a point.
Yeah, see? Yeah. But, yeah. So, just kind of getting some introduction stuff going. Anyway, welcome to Roll for Chaos.
For those of us who don't know us.
For those of you who don't know us, or that's already been watching, my streams, Overwatch, behind the, screen, moderating my channel, and you do an awesome job, by the way. So,
Thank you.
Yep, I'm your host, Ray, aka Rogue Arrow, and this is
Alex, aka Overwatch.
Yeah. AKA Starry-Eyed Pixie. And so,
depends on what social media we're on.
Yeah, it depends on what social media we're on. She's on Twitch, Starry-Eyed Pixie. Yeah.
On Discord, I think
Yeah.
it's Awkward Pixie.
Yep.
It's all the pixies.
Oh, yeah. Give me a second here. I'm gonna lower that. Auntie Alex on the Twitch chat goes, "Just don't forget your towels." That's another Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. Yes,
my mind didn't go to there.
Whoa. Yes, we are a bunch of nerds, and I didn't really prep a whole lot for this episode, so we're just gonna kind of wing it. Introducing ourselves, trying to get the ball rolling, I guess. We are going to be doing this show every other Tuesday, so it's going to be after Dungeons and Dragons New Haven.
D&D night.
Yep. So yeah, we got D&D night on one Tuesday, and the following the Tuesday after that is going to be Roll for Chaos. So, and I think we're also going to probably maybe talk about New Haven just a little bit too at some point. Oh, you got your die? You got your D20? You know what? I got my my One Ring D20. I got my Lord of the Rings D20.
Over here.
Gifted by our lovely trinket too. I was like, yes, from Throne. What did I roll here?
I put a whole bunch of dice on mine too. Like I really need more dice.
I think I rolled a 15. Okay. What'd you roll?
Oh, are we actually gonna roll?
I mean, if you want to, yeah, sure.
Might as well. Let's see. I rolled a 20.
Oh, how do you want to do this? Yeah. So.
This is why I use this one for D&D, because.
What's that one?
That's my medal.
Oh, dude, I have a. Okay, technically I have. Oh wait, no, I do have two sets of metal dice. One's a standard, metal dice, and the other ones are the bullet dice that I, have.
Yeah, I only have this is the only metal set I have. It was
Just
originally
don't
it was my
drop the
sister's and she
D4
gave
on
it
the
to me.
floor. God,
I already did that.
I had that happen to me once. I think
It
what
wasn't
happened.
fun.
I think what happened was it fell on. I don't even think. I think it was one of my regular D4s too. It wasn't the metal one, but still, it hurts. It's worse than stepping on a Lego. But yeah.
This is way worse than stepping on the D4.
Oh, what is that one?
The D8.
Oh, the D8.
Or not
Okay,
the
it
8,
kind
the
of blurred a
D10.
little bit, so I couldn't
Excuse
see
me.
that.
The D10.
Oh,
It's the
D10.
D10.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't see it very well because it kind of blurred a little
It's
bit.
double-sided.
Oh, yeah,
It's got
nice.
points on both sides and they're sharp.
Yeah. Don't want to step. Yeah, you don't want to step on any pointy metal dies.
You don't want to step on the D8 either. It's
No,
pretty
anything with sharp corners. I mean, I don't even think you want to step on a D20. It's not very. I mean, if you look at it this way, I mean, it does kind of go that way, but I mean, it's still gonna hurt.
Mine's kind of soft edged on the
Oh
D20.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not sharp like the D10 is. The D10 is
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
it's gonna leave a bruise.
Yeah. Oh man, I get a lot of my dice from my local comic book shop. So unless if there's something that's really fancy that I really want, like I have to get
I'm
it
changing the
online.
background on my. I'm changing the video
Oh,
or the video background.
oh,
I
okay.
went from
Yeah, no
blurred
worries.
to unblur.
All right.
It's being dumb though. It's not wanting to change. Look, change. Thank you.
And Auntie Alex goes, I think if I had to, I would rather the D20 than the D10. Honestly, yeah, it's
Well,
not as bad.
the reason I was unblurring it is these dice are green, so
Oh,
with
it's
it
going to show
blurred.
up like a green screen thing.
Yeah, so
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Dude, yes, since we're showing off our dice,
that's the D20.
yes,
This is the
I have
D10,
like,
and this is what I was talking about. Like it's pointed, like
oh,
see, look.
yeah, yeah. It almost looks like the one.
You don't want
It
to
looks
step on
similar
that.
to what I have. It's
Most
like,
metal D10s look like this.
yeah, so this is what I got right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, ooh. I love the thud that it makes when I roll it too. You can probably hear it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hear it especially on game night.
Yeah.
Especially you hear the
Thud.
it's like thud. And then
Yeah.
you'll play, and then I'll be like thud. Yeah.
What the
That's
fuck?
just one of.
Like, what the hell is that? What is that? I hear footsteps, I think. Oh,
Where's
man.
the other bag is right here.
You got a dice bag, don't you?
Oh, I have this entire bag too.
Oh, wow. Auntie's like, special occasion, pull out the Loki dice.
These ones, which are like glitter,
Oh, dude, those are awesome.
like teal
I
green.
like that.
These are my murder hobo dice.
Murder hobo dice. Ooh, wow. That makes sense.
And then these were the dice I got gifted for my birthday 2 years ago.
Okay.
And they're the Scarlet Witch dice, actually.
Oh.
They're like
Oh, dude, those are awesome.
red.
Oh, dude, they look like they're glittery too.
They are.
Yeah, nice. I love it.
They actually were a gift from one of my cosplay friends who they went with me to the Stranger Things event
Ooh.
at the mall, and he gave me this and then the Scarlet Witch, the Marvel RPG game, the book for it, the play guide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, see? Yeah.
And then of course my bear.
Oh. A bear with an axe. Yes.
Yeah, because my orc barbarian could turn into a bear
Oh.
because she was the way of the totem.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
This is her effigy to turn into it.
Nice.
And then of course there's Mercer.
Oh god, that big ass dice, dude. That looks like it's the size of a golf ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably play golf with that D20 and probably roll nat 20 by the time you get to that hole.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then of course I had all my like little minis.
Oh,
There's my kobold.
nice.
This was a friend of ours' mini that my sister painted.
Right.
Of course, there's my orc.
Oh snap! Oh boy. Love it.
And then my little gnome.
My little gnome.
Her name was Nyx Shorthalt.
What? Nyx Shorthalt? No relation to Scanlan, right?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. Well, you know what? Scanlan did get around.
I wrote it. I wrote her story as hers to be. She is Scanlan and Pikes.
Oh, when they get together. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's
And
awesome.
then of course this was my Eldritch Priestess.
Nice.
She's broken. I have to fix her.
Oh.
Her hand broke off. Right here.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, you
She's the one
probably
that
get
has
some
this.
super glue for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's the one that has this little kobold
Oh, so cute.
that she rescued. And then my gunfighter one is in the other room.
I adopt the
Arabelle.
kobold. I'm gonna adopt the kobold.
I did actually. We
Did? Oh,
we
nice.
dropped into a pit of kobolds, and I took one as my familiar.
Oh, that's cute. That's awesome. I love that.
I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna go grab Arabella.
Go for it. Yeah.
I left her in the other room. She was sitting on.
And if you guys are wondering, that's her D&D character, Arabella.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Cool. Oh man. Well, I mean, so far we're getting off to a good start, right? Yeah. Everyone. Yeah. My little know me. I still wonder what magic could be. My little know me. Thank you, Auntie, for that. Oh. So while Allie is, never mind, she's back. That was fast.
Yes, I'm back.
That was fast.
I just had to go to my room.
Okay. Arabella. Oh, dude. Is that like a shotgun in the other hand?
Uh-huh.
Dude, that's awesome. I love it. So,
I've had this one.
did you get those from like Hero Forge or?
No.
Oh, where'd you get those
I
at?
got these from actually a local game shop.
Really? And they had. Oh wow. Yeah, because I've been.
They just happen to have.
They just happen to have that, and nice. I love it. Yeah,
I've had it
because.
for like I think 2 years now since the Blood Hunter thing came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine that recommended me Hero Forge for like doing minis, and you know,
Yeah.
honestly, I do like it. They even I think they even offer like to sell like the STLs for 3D printing it yourself, which is really cool as well because I got a friend of mine who's got a 3D printer, so it's like I've been wanting to do like minis of
my friends who
my
have 3D printers live across the freaking state from me.
Yeah, I know. And also, guys, if you guys are wondering why we're doing this on Discord, it's because we live in 2 different states. I live in Washington State, and yes, I do have to say Washington State because everyone gets it confused with DC, and I hate it. So yes, I live in Washington State. Ellie lives in.
I'm Texas.
Yeah. So yeah, she's about just 2
Right across
hours
the
ahead of
country.
me. She's 2 hours ahead of me. Probably what? About a day or two road tripping, maybe? I don't know. Depends on how far in Texas you are, because Texas is a big ass state.
Second biggest state in the United States.
Oh my god. Second, huh?
California.
I think it's like between California, Alaska.
It's California, Texas, Alaska.
Really? Man, I'm from Alaska, man. I always thought Alaska would have been bigger, but
Nope. You can fit 2 Alaskas in Texas. Put it this way, you can drive all day and still be in Texas.
24 hours later, we're still in Texas.
25 We're still in Texas, goddamn
We're
it.
still in Texas. Where are we? I have no idea. We're just driving through Texas.
Depends on which way
Whoa!
you're going. Are you going from north to south or east to west?
Um,
Either way, you're still gonna
you're
be in
still driving
Texas.
all friggin' day. You're out there for hours.
Take it this way, my sister and I drove up to Colorado.
All right.
We left here at, I want to say 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, dude, that's
We didn't get to New Mexico until just before sundown.
oh wow. Wow, the entire day just to go from where you are to wow, man.
But
Uh,
of course we took pit stops and
well,
got
of course,
food.
yeah, of course.
But
Uh,
it was a little bit before sunset when we crossed into New Mexico, and now in New
right,
Mexico we were only, I think we crossed through New Mexico up into Colorado in like an hour.
right. Sorry, my ears were a little off centered.
They're always off centered.
Here we go.
There you go.
Yeah. I think it's just the
But
way
yeah,
that the headband's like adjusted sometimes. It almost feels like, yeah, it's always like a little off, either too far to my left or too far to my right, you know.
I'm constantly having to readjust because this being broken,
Oh, right.
and these are new.
Honestly, I'm glad that these headphones actually have like an optional, mic to, take on and off. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
yes. Because
I don't have
I use a
I
mic
don't have
right
the
here.
joys of I don't have the joys of all of that.
Yeah.
And if I did that, you'd hear every background sound.
Yep.
You would hear the dogs chewing. You would hear mom talking.
Mm.
You would hear everything. Hopefully, I'll have my setup pretty soon. Not my setup, but like my other room to go into
Right, yeah.
for game nights and show nights because
Oh, yeah.
the living room couch isn't the easiest.
No. Trust me. Yeah, I mean, I've even tried streaming, in the little corner in my house that you've obviously seen in the background before in
Yeah.
previous streams, because we had temporary roommates, for about a year until they.
I remember the early days.
God. I know, and honestly, I'm glad that at some point, God, I'm actually kind of shocked my mother-in-law brought this up, kind of like bringing, making my own little studio on, in this room, just kind of like building a little wall right here. That way, I have, my area to record and stream,
Mm-hmm.
without, having the unnecessary background to do our thing, because right now, because when you're looking at me here, this is all you're seeing here. If you're looking at my stream, you're seeing everything over here too. You're seeing the little blackout curtain that's got some little exposed light coming in. I'm just like, yep, we'll get
and then
this.
I see Mimi.
Yep, you see the meme. Yep, you see Mimi. Yep.
Just gotta pat the Mimi on the head.
Yeah, head pats. Yep, I got a lot of nerd shit in here too. So I got my Power Rangers morpher. I got Maltese Falcon that belonged to my mom.
All of my nerd shit's gonna be in that room.
I have everything. I have everything here.
And then I'm gonna wind up having a green screen to cover everything.
Oh yeah.
behind.
Also, I got the.
Because it's also my cosplay area. So.
Yep.
See.
That was when I was
Turn
gonna
on,
do
take off the
a
mask.
Percy cosplay. I had plans for that, but I don't know what. I think some stuff kind of happened, so I didn't get around to doing Percy. And
You were almost there.
I was almost there, yeah. I mean, the only thing I think the only thing I really needed was the pepper box, the actual pepper box model. So I was just like, yeah, okay, yep,
You mean the thing that I found the 3D print for?
yes, that.
That a friend of mine is currently working on?
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a late birthday present, but there you
Oh,
go.
that's awesome. That's cute. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have to finish Vex now.
Oh, yeah.
And then TikTok can hate us.
Oh,
And then TikTok can hate on us all day long.
yep. It's funny how
Have
it
a whole
was
month
like
about it.
banned for like one day, and then it's like boom, there it's back. I'm like, oh. I'm like, okay,
That's how I felt. I was like,
right. I know. I was just like, well, because yeah, for a minute I was just like, oh, I can't post anything anymore, and then it just comes back on. I don't know if it was like a notification that I
I
got on
was
my
like,
phone. Right. Yeah. And that was when I posted that little picture of me and my coworker Nick. You know, we're like, yeah, we're back because he also used his TikTok as well. So we're just like, yep, we're
yeah.
back.
When I get my area cleaned up in the other room and cosplay's all put away and everything set up, I have a lot of stuff to move out of my living room because all of my nerd stuff is like right there.
Oh yeah.
Well, not my nerd stuff, but my like special horror items are like right there, like my autographed machete and my mask and all of that. We'll have to go into a shelf in the other room.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Corgis.
Yes, I my quirky emotes. I love, dude. I'm working on a few more too. Um, I want to try and get some animated ones for the tier one, subscriptions.
Yeah. I
So
gotta get mine. I gotta finish making mine. I only have. What do I have on mine? I think they're. I know a friend of mine did them for me. I just don't know where they're at. They're not showing up right
right,
now. But I
you
have
know,
like
I
a
might
moon.
for like just shits and giggles. I might just use the the Sailor Moon one that I made and showed it to you guys. That might be on the tier one animated one list, but dude, I had so much fun doing those. It's just like
That was a good one.
me with the cat ear headphones, and my natural hair
I was
color
just
was just
saying,
like a
do it.
dark
Do it.
brown or black, and then it's like you see the blonde pigtails coming out that do not match the hair. I do love the senpai one though.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
And
I'm
actually,
I will probably use that as well.
the next Roll for Chaos, I'll be in a full costume for it.
Oh, oh, okay. What are we doing?
I'm
Or are you
doing
gonna leave it
Ota's.
as a surprise?
It'll be a surprise.
Oh, it's gonna be a surprise. Okay, I love surprises.
Well, I mean, you guys already know about it because I've already talked about it in the
I
chat.
think I might have forgotten. So
Hey, cool.
yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be even better. For that
Not this
surprise.
Saturday. Not this Saturday coming up, but the one after that. I have two
Okay,
events in one day,
nice.
so I'll be testing it out at at the convention, and then I'll show it off. But like, yeah,
Cool.
I'm going to a small comic book show that they have at one of the malls that I've been going to for
Oh,
years.
wow, cool.
And I was like, I'm coming from a kids' charity event where I will be a princess.
Aw.
I have to do
Eh.
something different.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, yeah. Yeah. God, you know what? Honestly, I really do miss going to cons. It's either I've been so busy with personal shit, especially within the last couple of years recently. I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
into too much details in. Um,
Those
but
of us who know you
yeah,
know.
just family shit. But yeah, my last Comic Con was up in Seattle, and that was when I did Green Arrow from the CW version of Green Arrow, and I really had a lot of fun doing that. I had a lot of fun doing cosplay, for it. Um,
Actually, Alex knows one of my future ones too.
oh,
And top secret one.
God, I really wish I had the money for it back then, but I would have loved to have met Jason David Frank, the Green Power Ranger. You know?
You mean like I did?
Yeah, he was. I mean, I saw him at the con. It was just I didn't. I
Yeah.
just wasn't able to, physically go up there and be like, "Hey, sign my power morpher" or something. Because yeah, I always have. I got this. I got the legacy morpher here.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
copying Alex. She said in the words of River Song, spoilers.
Spoilers, darling. But yeah, yeah. This one also came with the White Ranger power coin, but since Green Ranger was always been my favorite, ever since the Green with
Yeah.
Evil arc, I was just like, yep,
Yeah.
I'm keeping that power coin in the morpher. There have been so many times where I just like mess around with it and I accidentally hit the button that ejects the coin. So every time when I'm like, it's morphin' time, you're like, pink. I'm like, oh.
Well, shoot.
It's like, oh my
I'm
god.
not gonna morph if the coin falls out. Or it's gonna backwards morph and just rip everything off. And you're just like,
Actually, speaking of Power Rangers, 2017 Power Rangers. What do you think about that? What were your thoughts on it? Honestly, give me an honest to God answer because okay, I'm gonna let you go first.
the only thing I liked about it is that they did stick to the truth of Kimberly being a punk. Because in the original arc, she was supposed to be a punk. She wasn't supposed to be this gymnast, pretty.
Right.
She was the punky girl. She hung out with Bulk and Skull.
Okay.
That's in the comics. She was friends with
I never knew that part,
which they never told us in the main show.
Right.
I actually learned that when I met Amy Jo Johnson because I dressed up as Punk Kimberly. Because I was with my friends who cosplay Bulk and Skull who actually look like Bulk and Skull.
Right.
And they're two of my really good friends, and they were like, we have to have Punk Kimberly. So I was like, all right, cool. Consider it done.
Honestly,
I put together the
punk version of Kimberly kind of reminds me of the original episode where Rita managed to make evil lookalikes of the Power Rangers, right? And it got them detention. And then while they're in detention, the fake Rangers are like wreaking havoc on Angel Grove. I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I liked about the 2017 was that they kept to that. But I don't like the fact that they basically wrote out half the characters.
Right.
Were like integral to their stories. Like Bulk and Skull were always trying to figure out who the Rangers were. So why didn't we keep that?
That was like a little bit later too when they did the Thunderzord saga. I'm calling it the Thunderzord saga.
Yeah. But I don't like that they didn't add that into the 2017 edition because yes, it was just a movie, but you still could have had these two idiot guys who were like consistently trying to figure out who.
I still liked their little intro when they come in. It's like I'm like, they're coming in the room when you hear that song.
Because I got to meet them too with my friends who do Bulk and Skull, and they were like, the guy that cosplays, or my friend that cosplays Skull, and the guy who played Skull on TV, Jason Narvi. Mm-hmm. They were standing and they were both looking at each other, and he just goes, "It's like looking in a mirror, dude. What the hell?"
Oh man. Wow.
My friend was like, he goes, and then of course Jason Narvi was like, "We gotta be about the same age, bro, if you even know who I am." Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, we are. We're about the same age."
Right. I mean,
and then back to when I met Amy Jo though, she actually cried when I walked in.
Oh wow. Really?
She was like, yeah, because she was like, she goes, I have never, in all of my years, everybody always dresses up as the Pink Ranger. Like, in the Pink Ranger costume.
But they never dress up as Kimberly.
Like, they never do the Kimberly.
That's
and
awesome.
She was like, the fact that you did this, I have to tell you. And she was like, the only reason why I'm crying right now is because when that episode was filmed, I was going through some really difficult crap outside of, like...
Oh, wow.
My famous life. And she was like, in my personal life, I was going through a lot of shit, and a lot of people don't realize that Jason Narvi was my best friend, and still is to this day.
Right.
Hence why they had so much like back and forth chemistry on camera. And she was like, the punk saga that they never got to cover was the reason why I wanted to play the character.
Right. That's
and then
awesome.
they never used it. So for her to have that one episode where she was, you know, like Bulk and Skull was like her happy moment.
Yeah.
And she was like, everything I wore in that episode was my clothing.
Oh, wow.
She's like, none of that
Like a
was
real
costume.
punker.
She goes, that was all mine. And I was just like,
Right. Yeah, I didn't know that part.
yeah, she that was the only reason she played Kimberly, is because she wanted to be able to do the punk thing. And
And
then they made
then
her
I
think
guess
of
what
being a
happened was that they
gymnast and
had
all
to
this
like
stuff.
make her into a gymnast because, well,
Well,
Power
it
Rangers
made
are
sense,
good
but
people. That's the thing.
and not only
You know,
that,
I
but
mean,
it
if
was
that
the
were the,
whole,
I mean, if they, I honestly hearing this, thinking about it now, if they went that route, I don't know if Kimberly would have been a Power Ranger in that one.
but she was in the comics.
Was
Because
she?
if you listen to Zordon's, when you listen to
Oh,
Zordon's call, he says recruit evil teenagers with attitude.
evil teenagers. Wow, I'm gonna have to read the comic books on that because I did not know that. Evil teenagers? What the?
Because apparently they where Zordon's from. Teenagers are considered evil because they have no control over their emotion.
That is a good point. Okay.
And, you know, the Rangers are always supposed to have control over their emotions.
Yep. Which I kind of thought it was kind of funny watching that pilot episode where Zordon was just like, "Hey, I need you to recruit," and he goes on to this long sentence, these, 5 overbearing, blah blah blah, and Alpha's just like, "No, not teenagers. Come on, man, come on. No, don't make me do this." Like, fine, boom.
Fine.
It's like, fine,
But
boom, teleport.
even to this, and there's a guy that comes to all the conventions, Steve Adreno. He was the, because there was always 2 people for the costumes. There was the voice, and then there was the body actor.
Right.
He was the body actor for, Babu.
Auntie goes, fine,
bad
but I
guy.
won't be happy about it. Pouts.
But Babu, the blue guy.
Okay.
And he saw me as my Pink Ranger, and he was like, to this day, every time he sees me, he always goes, Babu loves you.
Aww.
Every time he sees me at the conventions, and it's just like,
Boop.
He'll walk up and he'll just like boop my nose, and I'm like,
That's cute. Honestly, that is pretty cute. I
and
think
people will be like, how long have you known this guy? And I'll be like, when did I dress up as Kimberly? 2017?
yeah, that's a while. That's like almost 10 years. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, she was at a convention. It was one of the first ones I was going to, and
Right. I think.
in 2016, I met the guy who did, who cosplays Bulk and Skull.
Right.
And became friends with them. And so when 2017, when Amy Jo was going to be there, I was like, I know who to call.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like,
I think with the 2017 movie, some of the there's probably like maybe 1 or 2 things I didn't really like as much. One of them was Goldar.
what
like
was that design?
I have no idea. Like, I was just like, what? I mean, it's like, here you go, seeing Rita Repulsa going around Angel Grove collecting gold, pulling it out of people's, mouths, all that shit. And it's just like, Goldar is just one big blob of a gold monster. I'm like, well, that's not what I was hoping for. I mean, I was hoping for an actual, monster creature like in the series,
Yeah.
or maybe done a little bit better, maybe, scarier.
I know the one
Because the dark tone,
show.
because of the dark tone that the movie created, I was just like, okay, I was expecting this,
The one in the show was so much better.
Right? Yeah, I do agree.
Like at that time period, I think how old was I? I think I was 7th and 8th grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yeah, when Power Rangers was big.
Yeah.
It was mostly middle school because that's when I remember because that's when I dyed my hair brown like Kimberly.
Huh.
Yeah, and everybody was like, because I went to school one day, my hair was blonde, the next day it was brown.
Right.
And everybody made fun of me, and they were like, "Your hair is green," because it turned green. I dyed it at a friend's house. Her mom did it for me, and we had to go back in and touch it up to take away the
Man.
green.
That reminds me of the time I
And
tried to do like frost tips, right? And it ended up like exactly how you see it right now. That was my first time. That was the first time I ever tried to bleach my hair. And so you had
yeah,
this top part that was all like I don't know how I like I said this was back probably I want to say 2004 ish,
yeah,
maybe a little bit, maybe like a few months after, but yeah, I wanted to do like kind of some frosted tips, whatever. I was making my own money at the time. I could afford my own shit, sort of.
sort of.
Minimum wage was probably about $7-8 back in 2004.
Yeah, that's about right.
At least here in Washington State.
That's about
But
what it was here too.
yeah, it just something happened, something went wrong, and then the big chunk of my head just like went bleach, and so I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna bleach the rest of it." And so one of my buddies, that I went to school with, was always giving me crap. He's always calling me. He was always saying, "You look like a freaking Backstreet Boy," or Slim, or I was getting called Slim Shady knockoff or Walmart Slim Shady or some shit like that. And I'm like, "Yep, come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. You're lucky you're my best friend. Anyone else, I would probably punch in the face."
Yeah, see, this is when I met my friends who do Broken Skull.
Oh. Oh my god! I think I saw that on one of your posts a while back.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
that was the very first time
nice. I love that.
that I met them, and then a couple of years later,
Hmm.
we did the entire like photos and everything dressed up as the characters.
Right. I think another part
Me,
too is
me taking my friend, grabbing the front of his jacket and slamming him up against the wall,
I love that.
like she does like she does him against the lockers. We didn't have lockers, so we were just like,
Hmm.
and he's just like,
Yeah, I think another part in the 2017 movie, was the way that they did the Zords. They didn't really look like the ones from the original. I would have been cool if they like,
"What's the
uh,
original?"
yeah, at least stuck with the original. Um,
Yeah, that there was a
and the
lot
fact
about
is,
2017
they didn't
movies.
when they formed the Megazord, they did not have like a singular cockpit where all five Rangers were in. They
I
had
know
it was like
they were separate.
Voltron. It was like Voltron. If you watch the Voltron anime,
Yeah,
each pilot, when they formed Voltron, each pilot was still controlling each, section of the, of their, of Voltron. So it's like, you still had the pilot for the left leg, the right leg, the left arm, the right arm, and you got this guy that's got the head, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing up there?
so I was talking about the scene where I shoved my friend up against the wall
Hmm.
to copy the show.
Oh, I love that. Wow. Damn. Love that.
And then, of course,
Aww. That's awesome.
yeah, it was. And then the official, actual, like, photo op photo. Hang on, if it'll even. Hello, can we see? There we go.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. I love that.
She's so tiny.
Damn.
I didn't realize how much shorter than me she actually is. She said
That
she's
is
like,
awesome.
because I'm 5'3", and she said she's like 4'11".
No way. She's not that short. She can't be that
Yeah,
short. My wife is 4'11".
she is 4'11".
Holy crap. I didn't
I'm
think I thought
5'3".
she was
I'm
tall. Like, in the series, they
I
made her
am.
look kind of tall a little bit.
Well, that's all shot with like
Yeah, I
angles
know.
and stuff. But
Camera
like
angles, like.
she's she is 4'11". I am 5'3", and
Holy
I've got like that
crap.
much on her. I didn't notice it
Wow.
till I was taking the pictures. I was like,
Dude.
I looked. I looked at the. I'm standing there talking to her, and I feel like we're eye level. And then I look at the picture. I'm like, was she that much shorter than me?
Something ain't
My friend
right
goes.
here.
My friend goes. Maybe she was like standing up more, or like your boots are too high. I'm like, I don't know,
I mean, do you have
because I could
heels?
have
Did
swore.
you have heels on your boots at the time?
No,
No.
no, they
Well,
were just
I know. At
regular.
least with like shoes and boots, they do kind of add a
Well,
little bit to your height.
mine were knockoff Doc Martens.
Okay.
So they were like Walmart brand combat boot, like the fake combat boots that we
Oh
used to see.
yeah, yeah, like the ones that I would wear for my Green Arrow outfit.
They were
Yeah,
like those,
I
but
liked those because they zip up on the side. That's the only
yeah,
reason why I got them.
that's what I
And
was wearing for that, and I didn't think I was that much taller than her, but
mm, yeah, I
I
was
guess
just
I
like,
am.
ooh. Mm. Yeah, I was just like, those weren't bad for like $45, for cosplay stuff.
No, they're really not. I mean,
No,
they're comfortable.
I know, right? I mean, there are times where I actually wore them on regular basis too. Like, you know,
I have a pair of them
like
now
if
that
I
I
was
wear every day,
yeah, if I was
every
like
day.
at work and I had to push carts and it was raining, boom, my Green Arrow boots. One of my friends, like, they know that I cosplayed as a Green Arrow, and when they saw
Hmm.
those boots, and they're like, "Are those the Green Arrow boots?" I'm like, "Yep."
You're like,
It's like
no.
I'm gonna go around. Yeah, it's like you have failed this city.
And then of course,
Oh my god, I'm so jealous. Oh god, I really
and then
wish.
you see that picture and you realize, yeah, I am probably about the same height as her, because
Yeah,
that's
cause
about
yeah.
accurate.
And speaking of that, I did like their cameo in
Oh
the
yeah, that's the only
2017 movie.
thing.
It's like it was
That
at
is the
the
only thing I
end,
liked
but
about it.
I there was also a deleted scene in there too, where I think it was Trini and Kimberly. They were like
Hmm.
practicing their moves, and they were basically like play fighting over the last like whatever cinnamon bun there was on their plate.
And it wasn't even the real Trini. It was her sister.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, because the real Trini passed away right after she left the show.
yeah, because she got into a car accident there, so didn't
Hmm.
she? Yeah.
Yeah, it was her, and the one that we see in the show is actually her sister.
Really?
Yeah, the
Oh
one that
wow.
was in that deleted scene with Amy. Yeah, that's actually her
Oh
sister
wow.
playing her.
Oh
Um,
wow. Wow. Damn. But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
after seeing that, and it's like you see Jason David Frank and Amy Johnson just like in the background, they're both looking at them. They look at each other and just like smiling. They're like, okay,
They're just like,
okay, okay.
okay.
I mean, I mean, I also gotta say this. What did you think about in the movie Rita being the Green Ranger in that one?
See,
I,
th-
I mean,
that's the thing, because originally she would have had the ranger the
the
coin.
coin. Yeah, she would have had the coin.
She would have originally had the coin too, because she had it in the original.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think she had it. I think Zed had it, but anyways, the Green Ranger was usually, according to their story, the Green Ranger was always bad.
Right.
He was always the force of evil. So having her in the new movie, be the Green Ranger, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's face it, would you rather have fought basically fleshy Skeletor or Rita?
That's a good point. Of course, knowing Rita would have probably killed me. But
You and me both.
I'm just like,
Because I'd have been like, yes.
uh,
I'd have been like, yes, you can kill me. Go ahead.
right. Yeah, because it's like, looking back on the original series too, I was like, how the hell did Rita get a hold of a green power coin? And also trying to also remember that, these are. Oh yeah, hey, we're at our 1 hour. Anyway, we are, yay, 1 hour into the show. Anyway, so
Well, we did have that like 20 minutes.
we
Of
did have like quite a bit of
technical.
time of technical difficulties. Hopefully, the next episode is going to be a lot better.
We just got to
And
remember
we'll have a
microphones,
very good
restart
topic.
the computer.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and we'll have a very
Because
good,
think about it, my computer
solid
runs
topic.
from. My laptop runs from the time I get up until I go to bed. So.
Right. So yeah, I mean. Anyway, back to what I was.
What's weird is I always restart it. I always restart it before D&D, and I don't know why I didn't restart it before this.
So anyway, yeah.
Oh, I know why. Because I was watching. Because I was monitoring the chat. That's why.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I was just like, God, what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. It like completely derailed and caught fire. We were talking about Rita, Power Coin.
It making sense.
Yeah, it making sense.
And then Rita would kill us.
Yeah.
That's as far as we got.
It's like I had something going on, but we just went so far. We went off topic so much. It's just a minute ago. I'm just like, what was I doing again? Oh man.
We're talking about Rita being the Green Ranger.
Yeah, we're talking about Rita being the Green Ranger. How she ended up with a power coin. Oh, that's right. Now I remember. Thank you. Trying to remember also that a lot of the Ranger footages were original Sentai, footages from Japan. So you got these American actors who are doing all of the, normal teenage, normal stuff. And then when they go into, battle, they're doing voiceovers.
Yeah.
For all of this. And oh my God, there was
actually. I think the only one who didn't do any kind of voiceover for his stuff was Tommy.
Really?
Well, because he was already a martial artist.
No, he had to have.
He
had to have voiced
before he was a ranger.
Because when he became the Green Ranger, he had to have done the voiceovers.
But when I'm talking about in the suit, he was actually in the suit. He rarely ever had another person.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
He was always in the suit, and he always did the voiceover post filming because I think he was the only one, if I remember correctly from the last panel he did, that conversation was brought up that the Rangers, none of them were ever in the suits. Unless it was like an up-close shot and they were inside the headquarters or whatever. That was the only time that you ever saw them in the suits. The rest of the time it was...
Yeah, that was when everything transitioned over to the Thunderzords. They started actually... Because that was that point where they were in the command center and they had their helmets off at that point with their suits on. And I was just like, wait, they weren't doing that before... And, even in the command center shots, they still had their costume on. And...
Yeah, when they de-helmeted the first time...
I thought that was like an awesome thing to do anyway, so...
Yeah, but no, when the only one who never actually had a physical stunt double for the action sequences was Jason David Frank.
Right, because, he's had martial arts training. He can do all of his own shit, yeah.
Well, he was a sensei before he was a ranger. That's how he got the part.
Right.
Was because he already he didn't even audition. Like he walked in, he did 2 freaking spin kicks, and they were like,
"He's the one. This is the Green Ranger."
And he's like, because even he said the first time that they that he took his helmet off, people were like, Like even his own family didn't know. He didn't tell them or anything. He was just like, "Oh, I got a partner show," and he left town,
Nice.
and then went
Nice.
to film, and then
I just loved how he portrayed like an evil person for like 5 episodes. I was just
he's
like,
probably the
oh
sweetest.
my god. Especially the way that he responded to Kimberly when she told him that, she knows that, he's the Green Ranger. And when he's doing like that chest press, he's like, and I was like, that's fucking
Even
scary.
she's like,
I'm just like, oh my god. And just, his words just were like, this is scary. This is terrifying. This guy scares me. I think I'm gonna pee myself now. And then, and then Kimberly just goes, yeah, he knows where the Power Rangers.
yeah, this was me. This was little teenager. This was little preteen me. That happens, and I'm just like,
Oh, I know, right?
cue the dot from Animaniacs with the little hearts above her head.
Focus. Focus. Come on.
Focus.
Focus. Come on. Do focus. Yeah, so let me,
That's
see
what
if I can-
autofocus is for.
I think it is on autofocus. I
That's
think it was
fine.
because I moved so much that it was just like, come on, Ray, just hold still.
Stop moving.
Move now. Come on, yeah, man. Grog.
No, I think
That was Grog. Can I move now?
Oh, man.
Can I move now?
No.
Like, oh, gotta pee. Oh man. Yeah. I think another part too was God, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie where they get the Ninja Zords. And then, the series where they get their Ninja Zords. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, it's like, was this not canon? I don't think it was. No, because hold on a sec, I'm gonna look this up. I want to see when that movie came out, and when the episode that led to the Ninja Zords. Because it was at that point where the original cast were starting to leave.
Yeah.
And part of it was because of like contract
Aging out.
conflicts. Was that?
A lot of them were starting to age out too.
Right. Because I would
Like, they weren't
imagine that a
getting
lot
as
of the original
teenagers
actors
anymore.
were about almost in their 20s.
Surprisingly enough, the youngest of them was actually Billy.
David Yost? Oh wow, okay. I
Actually, wait.
I actually saw him in
the
Seattle too once.
He was the oldest. And Billy was the oldest.
Oh, okay.
And Amy Jo was the youngest.
Oh.
Because when they started Power Rangers, she was 15.
No way. She was not really?
She was 15.
She was
when they
15
started
and
Power
everybody
Rangers.
else was how old?
In
About
their mid-20s.
Oh my god.
No,
That's
mid-20s.
so creepy.
David Yost was 25.
No. I would have expected at least 2021 for some of those.
25.
Holy crap.
The guy that played Zach, Walter?
Yeah.
He was 20. He was 20 when they started.
Okay.
JD was 22. I think he said he was around 22 when they started, because he was already out of high school. The only one of them that was still in school when they started was Amy Jo.
I mean, looking at it this way too, it kind of makes sense because of depending on what child labor laws are.
Her and Narvi, they were both still in school.
Okay.
Skull. They were both still in school. She was a sophomore, but she was doing homeschool, so she didn't have to like take time off for school.
Right.
And then Uh, I think the guy that played Skull was in his senior year,
Okay.
so they were pretty close in age. But yeah, they were the two youngest on set.
So,
Other than the normal like teenagers you saw running around.
right. So, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie came out in 1995. Okay. And then we're gonna look up, whatever episode.
God, was it 95? Yeah, I was in
Yeah,
middle
yeah,
school.
that movie came out in 95. I would imagine, like,
Yeah, I was in middle school when that came out.
that's cool.
I was about to go to high school. I was on my way. I was
95.
getting ready to go to high school.
I was in.
I think. What year was I
Think,
in elementary? Or what year did I leave elementary school? Because I was in
well,
middle school when Power Rangers was the height of everything.
because Power Rangers
Because
came
I
out in
remember
93.
everything was.
Power Rangers
Yeah.
came out in 93. I was almost 10 years old.
So yeah, we would have been elementary school, high school, or
Mm-hmm.
elementary school, middle school.
Because
I
I was in elementary school.
I was in middle school when Power Rangers was super popular. Because that's why I dyed my hair brown.
Yeah. Wow.
I dyed my hair brown because I was obsessed with Power Rangers, and I was dating a guy that looked like Tommy.
Aw.
He had the long hair, and we dressed like them every day. I wore a lot of pink. I'm a girl who likes black, and I'm wearing pink. Actually, back then, that's all I thought about was wearing pink. My room was pink.
Okay.
My entire bedroom
Ninja
looked like you were in the.
Quest.
My entire bedroom looked like the bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
Damn. What year? Give me a year, guys. Come on. Come on, Google. Give me a fucking year for Ninja Rangers. Okay. Wiki, don't fail me now. Because this is also, because somewhere in the middle too, where Amy left the show and Kat came in.
Don't get me started on that woman.
Uh-oh, I think I
I
already
did
opened
not
up
like
that.
her.
You didn't? Okay.
I've never liked her. Well, I don't like the whole reason why they muscled Amy out anyways, but you know.
Right.
Especially when you still had David Yost, who was into his 30s by that point.
I know, right? Jeez. And then,
Like,
and him being like the side guy in Zeo, the tech guy. I'm just like, okay.
well, like that was my thing, is like they had Billy stick around forever.
I know.
Forever. But
Like,
they have her write this Dear John letter telling him how she's found somebody else, and then they have her come back with Jason.
oh, for the Turbo movie? Yeah. Oh, I think in that letter she got with Jason on that one.
That was the consensus.
Yeah.
Within the
like fan theory or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a year on the Ninja series.
And I did not like that. I was like,
No.
Especially not when their entire friendship was based on this like brother sister thing.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they're like together, and it's like gross, just gross. Disgusting.
Oh wait, hold on.
Disgusting.
Oh, that's for the movie. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I can't get anything on in the other one. I'm just gonna probably say might have been shortly after the movie, like same year,
Yeah,
but in the series, but they did something different. Like it's like in the series, Ivan Ooze never existed in the series when they got their ninja powers.
Like,
but
okay, I think it's because when they did the movie, they defeated him.
Right.
So it was kind of hard to bring him back in the series. But then there was always like this rumor of another film being made,
Yeah,
gonna be
but I mean,
made, and then it never
with
happened.
that though, I mean, how do you explain them still using the Thunder Zords, the White Tiger Zord in the series, and having those destroyed just so that they have to go all the way back to wherever it was they were doing to get it, in the series, and
Yeah.
instead of that in the movie, that nice hot owl lady. Yes, I did have a crush on her in the movie as a kid growing up.
That's okay. As I got older and the other Power Rangers started coming in, I got my own crush of another Ranger. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, and every time my friend sees he's gonna be at a convention, she's like, "You should go say hi." I'm like,
Yep. No, 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 no. Oh
I
man.
was like, "Look, the last time I met a Ranger crush, they croaked. Okay, you're not doing that again."
Oh God.
Well, that's because I got into after like I was like, "All right, I'm gonna rewatch Power Rangers, right?" So I
Right.
rewatched Mighty Morphin. I was like, because I was getting ready for the Bulk and Skull meet and greet.
Okay.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to rewatch the Power Ranger Punk episode. And I watched the episode and then I went. And then, I played through the rest of them, just kind of skipping to my favorite ones and stuff. And then I was like, Wild Force.
Oh.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, let me watch this. Zenaku. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
Zenaku. Lunar Wolf.
Uh-huh.
Enough said.
I.
Enough said.
Oh
And
my
my friend
God.
was like, oh, he's gonna be in town like the weekend of Fan Expo, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be at Disney World that weekend.
Ooh.
She's like, oh well, he's got an autograph signing. I think it was back in February. It was when we had all that really bad weather.
Oh
I
wow.
was like, yeah, I think I'll go, and then it rained.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh
And
man.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I can drive in the rain,
Hmm.
but it's not smart.
No. No. Oh God.
Not here, it's not.
Oh boy.
And
Um.
so my friend went to it, and she was like, hey, she's like, hey, Philip. And he was like, yeah. She's like, my friend Alex has a crush on Lunar Wolf. And I'm just like,
Fuck.
she sends me this straight up video of her telling him this. And I'm like,
Right.
you realize I'm like 12 or 13 years older than this dude, right?
Ugh. Ugh. Oh man, I think another interesting. God, there.
Like 1 or 2 years I could be okay with. 13?
Right. I think another one of the interesting things are um, some of the spin-offs too. Like you got Zeo in space. I loved Zeo.
Oh, excuse
Even though
me.
there was like,
He's actually older than me.
oh, ooh, by how much? He's 46. You know what? We're in our 40s. It's not bad.
I thought I was
Only
older
what,
than him.
5, 6 years older?
I thought I was older than him.
Yeah.
I guess they got
I mean, there was a time
ratings.
where I thought I was a little older than you, but it turns out I was wrong.
Yeah. No, I'm older than everybody. No, I'm kidding.
With between you and I, only by about what, a year or so.
Not even that much. Your
Even that.
birthday's in what? April?
Yeah, April 15th.
June
Yep.
20th? You're 84, I'm 82, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're like about a year and
Less
a
than a
couple of
year.
months
Less
older.
than a year.
Yeah, less than a year. Yeah, okay. Point. She
I did
started
not
it.
know he was older than me. No, he started it.
No.
Well, I mean, Lunar Wolf lives in Huntsville, Texas.
Oh wow.
I just looked down here, it says Huntsville, Texas, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was like, some of the spin-offs I thought was, I loved Zeo, you know.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Zeo. I did like
Um,
Wild Force.
I I think I dropped off of Power Rangers when I watched Power Rangers in Space.
I did not know that Lunar Wolf has a Twitch channel.
Oh wow. But yeah, in Space. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. We'll have to check that out sometime. But yeah, in
Well,
Space, I
I
thought it
want to
was
cross
an
it,
interesting
it.
one.
I saw it on
Um,
Twitch.
I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it. The Psycho Rangers arc, dude. I was just like, oh my god, they're like the Power Rangers, but psychotic. Okay, you know.
There's a lot of those.
I wasn't
Yep.
sure how I felt about their Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover episode.
Mhm.
I don't know how I felt about that because I know
I
at
don't
some
either.
point they had their own episode or its own series too. That was also made by the same company, Saban, and I was just like, I didn't even really watch that series. I didn't really like. I, there was some that didn't hit right with me with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for that series. Oh, here we go. Here we go with Mrs. Arrow. Yep. Say hi, honey.
Hi.
Everyone says hi. Knows how I said it with a bit of an accent. Everyone says
You've
hi.
been around me too long. You've
Oh
been around
yeah.
me too long.
Yep. Voice acting. Yes. It's high noon. God, I still do that to my buddy at work every time. It's like I actively look at my watch sometimes, and depending if he's like close to me too, because we work like on registers, and it's like, oh hey, look, and so I'll
Your
be like,
camera
I'll go to my cashier, be like, hey, I'll be right back, okay? He's like, okay, and I run over, I
glitched
go to my buddy Deke. What's that?
out.
Did my camera really glitch out?
Look at Discord.
Oh, in Discord.
Hmm.
Anyway.
There you go.
There we go. So anyway, so yeah, I would like actively go like, oh hey, and I'll go to my cashier and be like, hey, I'll be right back, and be like, okay, and I'll like run off. I'll go to my buddy Deke and be like, hey Deke, he's like, what? I'm like, it's high noon, and he'll like look at his clock. He's like, damn it, Ray. So yeah,
Now I think about it every time.
and I roll in that
Even
20
like,
for annoyance.
so do you do that every morning? No, I'm kidding.
Only when I'm able to. It's only if I have that opportunity. If it's like a minute later, then yeah, it's gone. But yeah, if I can actually get him either before he goes to break or if he's coming back from break, depending on what his shift is, yeah, I'll just be like, hey Deke, he's like, it's high noon. So yeah.
Me, I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Nope, I'm good. Ray, I'm gonna punch you in the face now.
Never.
No. Oh,
Anybody wants to punch Arrow in the face, they gotta go through me first.
yeah.
And I come
Sure.
with weapons.
Ooh. That I had to do that meme. American Psycho. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh man, I never actually got to watch that movie.
I don't want to get up early.
Oh, I know, but we're at almost an hour and a half, and you do have to get up
I know, but we have
early.
to make it to at least an hour and a half to make up for our almost what felt like forever of technical difficulty.
I know, but we did say that this was going to be about an hour, hour and a half. We are reaching that.
We did.
I
We
mean,
can stop at an hour and a half.
you know what? I know. In the words of
We are in a minute away.
in the words of Illidan Stormrage, you are not prepared.
No.
We were not prepared. No, we were not prepared. There was like I hate variables, especially like ones that I can't, we can't see. Like the technical difficulties, that was part of it. I hated those variables. It's like, you come up with a plan, you execute the plan, you expect the plan to go off the rails, and then throw away the plan. I love it. I think you learned start.
I'm just grabbing the. I'm just grabbing and preparing for the message for the end of the evening.
Oh, okay. And feel free to do it on the live stream too, darling.
That's where I'm going. Darling.
Oh, darling. I'm channeling my Astarian.
No,
I feel like I'm getting a little bit better with that voice.
You are getting really good at it.
Yeah.
Yes. No, with me it's just take the mask off, darling.
Takes the mask off. Tears running down his face. Tears running down, his face. Oh man.
What episode was I on? Duskwood or Duskmore or whatever it is. That was, I think, the last episode I watched for Critical Role. Dusk Meadow, episode 57. Well, it's not my fault that they're like 4-hour-long episodes.
No kidding. I know. I'm just like, I'm like watching, past Critical Role episodes, and it's like 3 hours. Okay, this is a typical session in D&D. Okay, I think when they did
unless half of your crew starts falling.
I know, and I think at that point where they did their finale of campaign 3 for Bell's Hells. That stream was like, I think 8 hours long. I think they did the finale 8 hours because I think they just started wrapping up. I'm not sure.
We need to grab all of the episodes that we have now of New Haven and upload them to YouTube.
Oh yeah. I think I'm actually going to. Well, here's the thing. I'm actually going to multi-stream New Haven on YouTube too, just to kind of archive it, because I know with Twitch,
like we're doing with this.
Yeah, like we're doing with this. Yes, exactly. That way, that stays on YouTube, but because on Twitch you only have a certain amount of time until it gets deleted. So yeah, if anybody, and guys, yes, anybody watching this on Twitch, if you want to watch, if you guys missed if you feel like you've missed anything, I don't think you guys missed anything, because this is our first, introduction episode. We talked about ourselves, we talked about random shit, Comic-Con, Power Rangers. We talked about a bunch of random stuff. This is why we call it Roll for Chaos. It is chaotic. It's a little chaotic. But I think in our next episode we might have a more solid topic, and I will go through that with you. Yeah, I'll go through that with you. But
and everybody, look at our amazing graphic.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I had to save that and use it for social media to promote the show.
Yeah, I saw that.
You did a really good job on that. I was just like, oh. I just love how when
pages. Look, I know your page is all chibi art. I'm working.
I love the chibi art. But yeah, I actually love that art, especially the one where it's like me, like having that beard. I'm like, God, why do I feel like yeah, that one. Why do I feel like I'm channeling Travis Willingham in a way?
I think that's what they went after. I mean, because look at me, it kind of looks like Marisha.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Marisha. Yeah, it's almost like Travis and Marisha are like in her art.
I don't know. That's just what it did. The chibi art's going to be better. Because as you saw, I put on my throne, I put a chibi art to teach myself how to do chibi.
I would love to do that. Yeah. I think
we'll see how it comes out. Because I have shaky hands as it is. I have the Taliesin shakes.
Taliesin shakes. Oh God, yeah. I never knew he had something like that until like it was actually kind of mentioned, and I actually looked like pretty close to like some of the Critical Role episodes where his hands start to tremble a little bit. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay,
It's
maybe
always in moments
maybe,
of high
and
stress.
I always pass it off as maybe he's nervous or something. Maybe he's anxious.
No.
No, it's like it's an
No.
actual thing, and
Hmm.
he actually covered it in the first episode of Weird Kids with
Yeah.
Ashley Johnson, and I actually managed to watch that episode on YouTube because that's what they're doing. But then if you want to
It's
watch the rest of it, you got to subscribe to Beacon.
yeah. It's part of a nervous. It's a nervous condition. It's nerve
Right?
damage.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Anybody who's had any kind of like nerve damage in the neck,
Mhm. Yeah,
you're gonna
because
get the
usually when I
shakes.
get shakes, it's too much caffeine. I'm just like, oh
I don't
god.
get that from caffeine.
Really?
Caffeine makes me sleepy.
I get a little jittery from caffeine, and then eventually I crash, depending on
I
how
get
much
sleepy.
I've had. Um,
I can't have anything to. I can't have anything to eat or drink until after 9 o'clock in the morning.
oh my god, it's like the movie Gremlins. Don't don't feed your Mogwai after midnight.
I guess for tonight I'm a gremlin because
Oh,
fasting
you
blood
gremlin,
work.
little gremlin. All right.
I
Anyway,
in the morning. In the morning, I'm going to go. I would like to rage.
oh yeah, go for
With
rage.
no food.
Okay,
I mean, okay. Let's see.
so you're pulling out that big die, aren't you?
Nah.
Oh, the middle one. The Loki die. What do you get? What did you
A
get?
15.
A 15? You know what? I allow it.
Awesome.
I allow it.
I rage and I attack the kitchen. That's going to be me tomorrow when I get home.
Oh, man.
Because the first thing I'm going to do when I get through that door is grab my coffee out of the fridge.
Would you drink your
And then I'm
coffee
going to
cold?
scream. I have both. I have hot
Oh,
and
okay,
cold,
okay.
but I'll
Yeah,
have a
I
cold
I don't
coffee.
know. It's,
I'll have an iced, or well, technically it's a frozen coffee. I'll have a frozen coffee waiting for me when I get home tomorrow.
okay. Well, that's awesome.
Because I can't have it before, so there's no sense in me waiting around to grab it.
Right. Oh.
Because then it'll just sit in the car and get all. Ugh.
Ugh, yeah.
I drink hot coffee too. That's why you see me with my big on D&D nights. You see me with my big coffee cup.
Nice. Oh man.
Because usually I'm drinking coffee. I need to stop pulling the glue out of the bottom of this. She's getting a little wobbly.
Yeah, you might want to not do that. So anyway, I think we've reached the
We have reached the hour and 30-minute mark.
yes. Actually, we're past that by about 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So-
we've kind of reached the end of the episode for tonight. I think we did okay for for a first episode. Yay! I think after that, the following Tuesday, we'll have a more, I want to say,
Planned out.
structured, planned out, subject, to talk about for about an hour, hour and a half,
Yes.
depending on what it is. We might be talking. I mean, I'll try and run it with you. Could be movies, books, comics, Eldritch horror stuff.
I'll just set us up a little thing, and like
Okay.
we can
Yeah.
plan out everything.
Oh, you want to know something funny?
But
I was watching an old College Humor video, and I did not know that Brennan Lee Mulligan was in that cast. Yeah, because if you watch Dimension 20 and Critical Role,
Mhm.
especially when he's in Candela Obscura Campaign 2, yeah, Brennan Lee Mulligan is in the cast of College Humor. I did not know that until I came across a video where it was like a skit where I guess College Humor was ending and it became something else. It became a channel called Dropout. And it was the scene. He was kind of like in the background, but he was definitely one of the cast members. I'm not, but I'm used to seeing College Humor, you know, doing their, their Batman, their Dark Knight Batman skits. They did the World of Warcraft Run This Town Tonight music video parody.
Hmm.
They did like a lot of stuff, but yeah, but watching like the behind, like kind of like one of those skits where it's like, yeah, yeah, College Humor is done, we're over with, and it shows them packing up their stuff in the office, and then it's like in the background you see like a pretty young looking Brennan Lee Mulligan in the background, just packing up shit. I'm just like, oh my god, is that Brennan? What? I was like, is that Brennan? Because I'm used to seeing him playing Dungeons and Dragons. As far as I can tell, I have not seen him on anything else. There is a YouTube thing called Game Changer. Hang on a second. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to do a share screen real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in my browser first, though, because it's going to look trippy, because I want to do it on my second...
I found the Candela Obscura rulebook.
I've seen that, too. Screens. Screen 2. Okay. We go live. I think I got it. Okay. Yes, this is my throne. My stream is still running. We paused this to save you resources. What the shit?
Which one got paused?
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Oh, I think it's because I'm still streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
You
it's
haven't
gonna.
cut stream yet.
Yeah, I haven't cut stream yet, so I'll.
You'll have to show me off stream.
Yeah, I'll show you off stream. Well, that's
You
weird.
ready to close this out?
Yeah, let's close it out.
All right, hang on.
So yeah.
Get ready to do our closing.
Hey.
All right, and add the emoji at the end.
Aw, I love emojis.
There. I did not. What the heck is going on here? There we go.
There we go. Yes. And you got the Power Ranger Thunderbolt too on there. Nice. I love it.
Yes, I do.
Anyway, guys.
A friend of mine, that's one of their emotes. So.
Nice. Love it. So anyway, guys, as always, make good choices. Take care of yourselves and those around you. Remember to take your meds, stay hydrated, nourish your bodies, and step outside for some fresh air, touch some grass, embrace the beauty around the world, hug someone you love, and remind them how much they mean to you. And most importantly, know that you are deeply loved. Until then, until we meet again, it isn't Tuesday yet. We love you guys.
Yay,
Thank you for tuning in, guys.
episode.
We love you guys. Thank you. Woohoo!